tell you what I'm doing. I'm going down to, I placed a camera recently down here, trail camera, and I put some corn out, some golden retriever in front of the camera. We're getting some really large deer tracks out here. But the strange thing is I'm not getting the deer on the cameras, and we've got cameras all over out here. I just haven't caught the deer that are leaving these enormous tracks. This area right here normally feels just out of balance. It's always felt really, really odd. It does not feel that way today. It feels, it just feels like it does when you go into the forest somewhere. And I don't like the feeling, that creepy feeling that that I experience out here so often. I don't like it at all. And I always wish that I wasn't feeling it. But now that I'm not feeling it, especially right here, it just doesn't feel right. I'm so used to feeling it right here. And it doesn't feel that way. It's very strange to me. I hate coming through this particular area. Normally, you guys have seen a lot of footage that I filmed from generally in here. But right back there, about 100 yards back, I would go to the left of what you're seeing, and I would go down that direction and then cut across because of how it always feels right here. But it feels normal today. It's a good thing, but I'm not used to it feeling this way. Alright, I wanted to fill you guys in on what's been happening. It's been a little busy for me. This past Saturday, my cousin, Lee Martin, he's a drag racer, like a brother, Max Wedge, and this is my my biological cousin, Lee. Well, he got my number somehow. We've lost contact, and I didn't know how to get in touch with him. He didn't know how to find me. But his wife, she located my number. And he called me and said, hey, I'm coming down. We have a drag race event close to Marianna, Florida. And I'm coming down there Saturday for the race. And so Kim, Rosie, and myself went over to see him. Yeah, it's feeling weird now. All these trees, this tree here, this little one right here, this bent, and that one right there. Just a few weeks ago I came in here and none of these trees were laid over the trail. We have not had any rain at all. Not a stitch of rain in the last few weeks. That tree's dying. It was green last week when I came in here. All the pine needles were green. A lot of trees are down in here right now, and I don't know why that is. We haven't had any strong winds or anything. Oh, golly Moses. I bent over to go under that tree, and my boot got snagged on a vine, and I started to trip. I couldn't move either foot. falling forward, then my head hit that limb. It jarred my neck. Anyhow, Lee came down, and his daughter, Crystal, last time I seen her, she was 7 years old. Oh, I'm caught again. Dad, burn it. But now Crystal, she's grown. She's married. And they have a beautiful little girl. But it was such a blessing to see them. You know, these are people that I just love dearly. Me and Lee are very close. We always have been. But due to circumstances, I lost his number. I got a new phone way back. And since I went so long without getting phone service, when I went to get phone service again, they had gotten rid of my number, so I had to get a new number. And so I lost Lee's number, and he lost mine, since I ended up with a new one. But, long story short, I did go over and watch him race, and I've always thought drag racing was whoever is the first one to cross the finish line is the winner. And Lee raced, I guess it was about 9 or 10 times, and I filmed all of it, and he literally smoked every vehicle he raced against. And a couple of them were the nitrous vehicles with the big blowers on them. He races a Chevy S10, got a huge motor in it. He does not have a blower. He does not use nitrous. It's natural. And that thing is scary fast. But I'm going to show you that footage. I'm putting a video together of being up there with him. It was all business, because this is what he does. He is a drag racer. And so we'd hang out. I'd spend 5, maybe 10 minutes with him, and they'd call him. He'd have to hop in his dragster and get back around and race again. But I'm putting a video together, and you guys, if you would, even if you're not into drag racing, in that video, I'm going to put a link. Crystal got him a YouTube channel started, and it's just under his name, Lee Martin. I'm going to put the link to his channel in under that video when I upload the drag racing. And if you don't mind, if you would jump over there and just subscribe to his channel, help him build his channel up, I would just greatly appreciate it. It mean a lot to me, and I know it would mean a lot to him. Crystal had made his YouTube channel. It's been a while back, but Lee, he's like me. He doesn't know much about technology. He knows technology when it comes to his race cars. He's really good at that. But as far as YouTube and that type thing, he doesn't know much either. Neither one of us do. But I'm gonna try to put some of the footage I have, I'm gonna try to put it into a video and try to figure out how to send it to him so that he can upload that on his channel. But if you would, look for that video, and I don't know what I'm going to title it yet, but it will probably have his name in the title. His name's Lee Martin, and I may put something to the lines of hanging out with Lee Martin, drag racer. I don't know the proper term for people who drag race, but anyway, I just want to help him. I want to help him build this channel up. You know, I love this man dearly. He's been one of the greatest friends, not only a cousin, but one of the greatest friends I've ever had in my entire life. and there's nothing I would do to jeopardize that. I'm so thankful I got the opportunity to see him. It's been about 20 years since I seen him last, and it was just amazing. And I hated it that he had to go back. He lives out of state, and he had to get back on the road that night after the races and get home, because he also has a construction company and he has to be there. But anyhow, guys, I got the camera's right here. I'm going to pull this camera down and get the memory card out. It does feel very creepy right here where I'm at. The creek is right. There's a bird. God, it scared me. The creek is right down there. You go right down that washout, but it goes down maybe 20 feet. And then the creek runs, it goes that direction, back yonder, and then it goes that way. If we go this direction, probably the creek curves through the property, probably about that angle, about 400 yards from here, maybe 500 yards, is Camp Carrie Arnold. That's where Carrie and Mark camped when they came up. If you go back this direction, about the same distance, you'll come to Jeff's Corner. And I'm not going over there today. I went over there this past week, and yeah, I'm not going over there. That's all there is to it. I'm going to put the camera down. I got to check this camera. I can't find my card reader. I had it with me when we went to the drag races, but it's not on my camera gear, so I'm using a different card reader, and I don't even know if it's going to work. But I'm going to try to get these clips off, and then I'm going to take this bucket of golden retriever. There's still some left on the ground, and I'm going to spread it out here again, depending on what's on this camera. All right, here we go. I'm going to spread this corn out. All right, y'all, I've repositioned the camera so that you can see down into there a little better. Alright, you guys, I'm going to shorten this up a little bit. It's going to be loud. Oh, going in. There it goes. Oh. There it goes. Alright, you guys, sorry. I know it's loud, I'll probably delete it. Oh man, the trees fell, so that ladder's standing out. last year I had some really nice bucks. I had 2 old bucks coming through right here. And I've got one, just from glancing at the clips I just took off the camera, I got one good one. He's not a real old deer. It's probably between 3 and 4. But I'll know a little more about him once I get home where I can check out the videos a little better. Okay. I gotta figure out where to. I'm gonna have to put a blind over here. Coming through right down there under the trees. Originally was gonna put a blind right in there. I don't think that's gonna work. But instead I can knock this one down. Thought I could put a blind right there, but I don't know. No, that ain't gonna work. I can put one right there. Just have to cut the dead tree down right here. Maybe the little ones, but that ain't gonna be any good. I don't know what to do. All these trees knocked over now kind of messes me up. This pine right here, that was the one I was originally gonna put the ladder stand on. We brought the ladder stand, it's right through there. We brought the ladder stand over here, was dragging it to set it up, and that tree had fell over against it, and then the whole thing's swaying, so I can't use it. And this one's in the wide open. All right, you guys, I gotta go check some more cameras. I'm just kind of anxious to get out of this spot. I really don't like the way it feels right there by the creek. You know, it's scary being in here and being up that ladder stand right there. Just you feel like you have nothing but eyes on you. Some of the pants. Okay. That's what I look right here. Just notice this little pocket, as long as there's no hornets right here. I could just about put a blind right here maybe. Well, I can't see unless I cut this dead stub right here, right in the middle of the screen. If I cut this broken one down, it might give me. It's a long shot though. Long shot for a muzzle or a crossbow. Let's get out of here and go check the other cameras. It's always been a good spot right there. It seems the older deer, the mature deer, are staying right there by the creek. Alright, we're gonna head back and I'm gonna drive the truck back to the other cameras. I was going to walk, but I don't think I'm gonna walk. It felt really creepy over there where the camera's at. I got spooked because of the sounds I was hearing, but just the environment felt like it normally feels right here. But right here it still feels normal, and I don't think I've ever been right here when it felt like this. This area's always felt sort of just out of whack. All right, folks, I'm gonna get up to the truck, I'm gonna crank it up, and I'm going to drive back to the south end of the property where I got the other cameras at. I've got 3 cameras over there, and I'm gonna go and check them. So stand by just a minute, and we'll be down there. Alright guys, I'm gonna go over here and just have a look at the pictures that are on this trail camera. Let me tighten the strap up. This is the chest strap I'm using. It's just bouncing everywhere. Alright. I want to go and see if I can pull them up. This is the Vu Peak TC22 trail camera. I don't need a card reader for it. I just use my phone. Had a ton of corn out, and there ain't much out now. I can see remnants of it on the ground. Okay. Camera's right up there on that tree right in front of us. Let me make sure we got these video clips. We did. If I remember, I will add this. This is a daytime clip. I don't know if you guys can see how clear that is. 4K. Look how clear that is. Isn't that beautiful? This camera is just phenomenal, you guys. And the review that I've put up for this camera, listen to winds. See if you can hear it. Turn up the volume. Okay, I'm gonna hit play. I got the volume on. That's the white ground, the white noise. Listen closely, you can hear him chewing. Oh, here comes another buck right there. On the right side, right here by my thumb. There he is. That's what I was hearing. And there's a night. Nighttime it films in 1080p. Daytime it films in 4K. Alright. That's enough of that. Let's leave this camera be. I don't know if I'm going to put any more corn out right here or not. I'm going to go back to the truck. And I'm going to grab a battery for the camera that I'm filming with. And I'm going to walk back. I've got a camera on the other side of the truck. It's pretty close. I'll go check that one now. And then we'll come back and we're going to go way back that way. And I think I'm going to pull that camera out. I don't like the area where the camera is. I've had a lot of activity from the big guys over there, and I have no intentions of hunting in there by myself. That's not going to happen. Let me see what's hitting the Tacticam. It's pulling up right now. There's the hog trap. It's got a bunch of birds in it. And there's the house site. I don't know what's triggered it. There's a dove right there. A dove is in front of it. Okay. Let's go back and check this one over here. And this stand is really close, so I'm gonna let my son-in-law hunt back here. Not my son-in-law, I'm sorry, my stepson. I'm gonna let him hunt. I don't know if you can make out the hundreds of deer impressions in the ground. I've been putting minerals out back here and feeding the deer over here. We stopped hunting it. We had bucks coming in, big bucks, and we stopped hunting it because I started having packs of does coming in, and every year, or every not every year, every time I came out and sat in this stand, I would have a group between it could be 3 deer, 5 deer, 7 deer. A couple times it was, I don't know, 9 or 10, but they had a bunch of babies with them, new babies. And so we started putting feed out and putting minerals out for them, and we stopped hunting this one. And I did not take the ladder stand down because I didn't want to scare them off. They need the minerals, especially the mamas. They have nursing babies and they need that. They need the help. So I'm going to check this one. This camera here, this is the Cam Park model TC19. It is a solar trail camera. We got a lot of corn out on this one. You see all the corn down here? Got a lot of tracks. Let's see what's been coming in here. This camera here, it's only 1080p. It is not 4K. But this one has the built-in, or not built, it's got a built-in battery. But if it goes dead, it swaps over to your 4 AA batteries. I like both of these cameras, but that VooPeak camera, man, with the being able to check the memory card wirelessly, just connect it to my phone and go, I like that. I like it a lot. I'm trying to get this thing to pop out. There it goes. I have to kind of push it in with my nail and then kind of pop it out. Let the spring force it out. It's about the only way I can get it out. My fingers are too fat. All right, you guys, give me a second. Let me get this in checked. And as soon as I do, then we will go and we'll take a walk to check that other camera. So I'm going to put you on pause for a minute. This is going to take a second. All right. That took a lot longer than I expected to get my pictures and videos off. It looks like it's just some very young deer. A 4-point and a couple of spikes and some does. Got a few yearlings, buck and doe yearlings on it. If we don't get any a little bit bigger bucks here, I'm not going to allow him to hunt right there. We don't want the babies getting shot, or the mamas, or these little young dudes. There's too many deer out here to shoot the first one that comes to you. Alright, I'm going to I'm going to change the batteries, get me some water, and we're going to go back to the other camera. Stand by just a second. Alright, I'm debating on not going to check the camera that's back here. replaced the battery in the camera just now. I shut the camera off, and I'm right here at the truck, you guys. I was in the passenger side, well, standing at the passenger door right there, changing the battery, and what I assume came through, the sound came through this window, but that was some very loud knocking. It was 4 bangs, like banging against a tree. It was 4. I got all the cameras checked out here today. I didn't show you guys all the different cameras I checked. There's only one I'm lacking. That's the one back here. I don't know what to do. I'm going to turn the camera around. We're just going to ease back here. I'm not sure that the sound came from back there. It sounded like it was coming from this way, but I don't know. I was standing in the passenger door to the truck, and I could hear it through this window. So I don't know if it was coming from that way. It seemed like it. All right, I'll tell you what, we're gonna walk that way, and if you guys would just pay attention to the background, and if any of you happen to see something or hear something that I miss, if you would please email me and just give me a brief description, preferably a timestamp of where you've seen it in the video. I would be so grateful for you doing that. I don't know if I even want to go back here, you guys. I'm a little on the edge. Alright, I'm gonna try. Let me straighten the camera up. The bad part is all the dry leaves, they're so loud when you walk on them. I don't know if I'm going to make it back to where the camera's at. I may turn around. You know, the growling sounds that you hear when you're in the woods, and that huffing type sound, kind of a oof. You know, that can be attributed to an animal, a bear, a buck. I mean, there are animals that make similar sounds. They're not as loud, and they're not as forceful, but in your mind, you always play it off. It could be a bear, or it could be a deer, or a wild pig. But that knocking on a tree, The only animal that knocks in a tree are woodpeckers, and they're not loud like that. And this is the same area that I've been out here before filming and had knocking. The video that I filmed knocking coming from behind me, I was back there. Sorry about the camera angle. I was back there, and the knocking came from, well, it came from that direction, but over there, straight in. All nervous. Got me a little on the edge, as I don't know exactly where that knocking came from. I was part way in the truck, so I don't know which direction it came from exactly. That's what's got me on the edge. God, I wish it would rain. These little pine needles and little twigs are really loud. I was going to set a stand up back here, but I am definitely second guessing that now. I don't think that'll be a good idea. Could y'all make that out? That sounded like almost like a drum beat. It was faint, but the camera should have caught that. It was loud enough for the microphone to get, for sure. And that was from that direction, somewhere in there. I could shoot a high power rifle above these trees that direction and not worry about hitting a house. Guess it's probably 8 miles. 8 or 9 miles that direction before you start getting into a few properties. But there's nothing close. There's nothing close at all. That was weird. It sounded like a, I don't remember the name of it, but the old Native American, the drum that they would beat, the deer skin, buffalo skin drum. Sort of a boom, 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 sort of that rhythm. Wow, don't feel right at all. I believe the camera is back here. Looking for my ribbon. I see one of them. Yeah, I've got a very, very bizarre feeling right now. There's my ribbon right there. Should be another one about 30 yards past it. I'm gonna try to get to I'm gonna take this camera out, you guys. I'm not even going to check it, I don't think. I'll hunt back here if someone's with me. I don't think I'm going to be hunting back here alone. It seems that every time I've heard that banging on the tree sound, it's always came from back here, this general area of the property. And it's just pine trees. I mean, there's a few oak trees. There's one over there, a magnolia tree, but it's mostly pine. And I have tried hitting these pine trees right here. We cut a sapling down, probably about the size of this one. It was a green sapling, about that large in diameter. And we cut the limbs off, and I used that green tree, and I beat the tar out of a couple of different pine trees back toward the home site. Chris and I were up here working with the tractors, and we heard it knocking. When we was over there on the machines, we stopped to fix the leaking hose on Chris's tractor, and we heard the knocking, which was, it was on this property, this particular parcel, but it was up there. I'm guessing 500 yards from where we're at, somewhere up in there. The home site, that block, is just on the outside border of this one, and it's sort of straight through there. But that, no matter how hard I hit the tree, I hit two pine trees. One was dead. Hurricane Michael broke the top out, so it was 30 or 40 foot tall. Pretty large in diameter. Definitely bigger than a 5-gallon bucket. And then I hit some green ones about the size of this one, maybe a little bigger, and neither one of them produced that same sound. Neither one was even close. That camera's right here. I think that's a plane, I hope. We have a lot of deer tracks back here though. I'm going to check the camera. I guess I might leave it because we could put a double stand up out here and two of us come and hunt. There's a lot of deer back here. And the whole purpose of coming out here to hunt is to get meat for our family. Alright, you guys, let me find somewhere. I'm going to prop this camera up. I don't want to turn it off while I do this. It may take 10 minutes to get these videos off. But I want the camera recording in case maybe we can capture that banging sound, or that what sounded like a drum beat. Let me set this camera down somewhere. I guess I'm going to put it over here so we can shine back, because back there is, I don't know, it just creeps me out. Back there is where, that direction is where everything's happened at. Alright, stand by. there's definitely something moving right there. Right somewhere right there. Not going back to where we came. Whatever it was moving like on this stuff. Sounded just like my boots are sounding. It'll be on camera. You guys will be, I'm sure that you heard that. That's what I absolutely hate about out here. I hate that. And I hate it tremendously. Alright. I'm just gonna go. I got my heart pumping that time. Ain't nothing following me. There's no I'm not hearing anything at all. Yeah, I'm just open the camera up or open the memory card. And I got a lot of deer on it. One looked like 2 coyotes. I was just fixing to start downloading them to my phone when I don't know if y'all heard that bang. There was a bang on a tree back there. But it wasn't long after that bang, then something started moving. And it sounded like it covered 15 or 20 feet. As if a human was walking 15 or 20, not a giant. The sound my feet were making when I was walking back here slow, the way the sounds were, it sounded like that. It sounded like an average-sized human. And it may have been a bird, it may have been a squirrel, but it did not sound like a bird or a squirrel. At least not to me, it didn't. Thought I just heard that that drum sound. That may be knocking. It may be that tree knocking. Maybe it's like a rotted tree, a hollow tree. There's a bunch of dead ones out here too. I know if a woodpecker, if he bangs his beak on a hollow, dead tree, it's really loud and it sort of echoes. It didn't. It sounded like a drum. It didn't sound like a rotted tree, but it could have been a rotted tree. Just far enough away that I interpreted it as a drum. Golly, I hate getting nervous like that. Alright, that's the Woe Sports camera. I just got, guys, I'm gonna get out of here. I was going to set up back over here, and it's so pretty in there. And I wanted to set up over there, find a spot to sit, and share some articles with you. And I apologize, I'm not going to share them today. I'll just come back tomorrow or the next day, and I'll go somewhere down there, somewhere closer to the home site. I don't want to be far from the truck, unless somebody will come out here with me. Stepson came out here and we walked all over, and it was just silence. There was no normal activity that I usually experience, except for we heard one single knock, a real loud knock, and then we heard what we believe is a growl, and it was pretty impressive. But that was it. And I don't remember if we heard the growl first and then the knock. I don't remember. But I think we were stopped when we heard the knock. The growl, we were definitely walking. We were making a lot of noise, crunching. And when the growl started, Cody stopped instantly, and then I stopped because I didn't hear it at first. He did. And whenever I stopped walking, you could hear it. It was extremely clear. And that was back there. The ladder stand is back this direction, and I've got a ground blind back over there. We went to the ground blind, and then we headed north, and it was probably back that direction, several hundred yards from where we're at right now. And that's where we heard the growl. The knock, it came from this side of the road somewhere, back that direction, somewhere back up in there. But it was only one, and it could have been a big limb, may have fell out of a treetop and landed on a dead tree on the ground or something. I mean, it could have been. I don't know. We didn't see what made it. It only happened once. But anyway, y'all have a wonderful afternoon. Please keep your eye open, or keep your eye out. I'm going to be uploading the video of my cousin Lee Martin and his race truck. He's got a drag race truck, a Chevrolet S10 with a giant motor in it. And if you guys see that video, if you're not into racing, I understand fully. I'm not gonna watch a lot of videos if it's a subject that I don't like and I don't care for. But if you don't mind, when that video pops up, would you please check the description, and I'll have Lee's YouTube channel link in the description. And if you could please just jump over and support him, just subscribe to his channel, help him build his channel up. It doesn't matter if you ever watch a video or not. It's just it helps him and gets his channel name to go into where the video content he uploads, that more people have the opportunity to see it, and then he can make connections with other people that are in the drag race world. And is him and several of his friends that go out and do the racing. But if they could build a bigger network, a bigger circle of friends, it makes it a lot more fun to go to a racetrack in a foreign place, a different state, different city where you've never been, and meet people that you've made friends with on YouTube. Anyway, you guys know what that's all about, I'm sure. Y'all have a wonderful day. God bless you. I love you, and I'll certainly see you guys soon. And yes, we do have articles. I have articles right there in the notebook. I brought 2 read today, but I'm not going to do it. I'm just a little scared. My nerves are on edge. So I'm going to get out of here. Excuse the messy truck. This is my work vehicle. But I'll see you guys soon. Be blessed in all you do. Be kind and be safe. If there's anything I can do for you, please don't hesitate to reach out, send me an email, and get in touch with me. My email is standinggoatsrescue@yahoo.com. And guys, I do not have a Facebook page that is linked to this channel. The Standing Goats Rescue Facebook page is only for the goats. I do not have access to that page. I do not have Facebook. My wife, Kim, she runs the Facebook page. But if you send an encounter or anything of that sort to the Facebook page, I will most likely never hear it or never see it. So if you have something you'd like to share with the rest of our family here at Standing Goats Rescue, please email me. If you've got a story of something you encountered, something you witnessed, and you'd like to share with the rest of us, send me an email and we will certainly hook up, and I'll bring you on a live show, or however you choose to do it. We'll make it happen. We'll get your story out there. Have a good evening. I will see you guys soon. Be well and be blessed. Bye-bye.